There's a little toad under here. I'm trying to not hurt the toad. Where'd he go? Come on, baby. Where'd you go? Woo! Hey, what are you doing? Get out of my taters. Did I get you? Come here. Come here. You okay? Hey, you okay? I think you're okay. Hey, you need to mosey on. Go find something to do. Check it out. My corn beads. My Cherokee corn beads coming on strong again. Starting to produce. Love it, love it. All right, guys, we're getting some weird weather. We actually may get a lot of rain. So I have decided to go ahead and start pulling my onions. I think they could have gotten a little bit bigger. Last year they were ginormous. I'm testing this new ground out of this lasagna garden. So I'm kind of, do I want to keep it like this? Do I want to make it a berry patch? So, but here's the deal. I don't want this rain to come in over the next 24 hours. And with all the weird heat and humidity, you know, we start to see some rot. But you can see these are just about ready anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling them. So I can't say that, you know, this is like very disappointing, because it's not. Some of these are just not as big as I'd hoped, but a lot of them are. So, I mean, how can you complain about that? Actually, what I may do this week is, depending on the schedule, actually I may cure these, and then, I don't know, maybe I'll go ahead and can them. I'm so indecisive. Hey guys, what do you think I should do with the onions? Do you have an opinion? Okay, you're not much help right now. You all are ruining my odds for a blackberry cobbler right now. I can't say that I'm liking what I'm seeing. You need to scoochy doochie. All right, look guys, my eggplant. We're blooming, baby. All right. You missed it. Get it, get it. Oh, there, You try to teach them and they don't learn. You gotta love that. Look at all those cosmos. For all of you out there that are asking about, what are them orange flowers? They are your bright lights cosmos. And I've been growing them for many years. And once I grew a little bit, I started seed saving, and then you can see it has exploded. And like I've told you before, every single flower that you're seeing along the entire garden line here is complete volunteer, okay? And some of you are asking, why in the world would I grow flowers? Well, because there are bees all over these flowers, more so than even my zinnias. My sunflowers and my cosmos attract bees more than my zinnias. I love the zinnias because of the burst of color, and they're great too, but you gotta have the bees, y'all. Okay, so the humidity is 100,000 plus right now. Rain is supposed to be moving in. The temperature has come down a little bit, but it's so humid you can hardly stand yourself. I'm going to go ahead and pull only my red potatoes. They are past due. I think we're in the 90s. They should be fine though. It's been so dry. But with rain coming, and now that we're hitting all of these timelines, I want to get those out and up first. My others can wait at least another week when it dries out again. but I want to get my red potatoes out, and I want to work in between my corn just a little bit. I don't like it when those morning glories start taking over. Okay, this is what it's going to be like trying to make a video today. All right, so this is the hardest. Look at here, just the beginning here. And this is definitely the hardest because of the lack of rain that we've had. This is the hardest that we have ever seen the ground in terms of when we've had to pull potatoes. This is just not normal. Typically in East Tennessee, over the last, well, 40 years of my life that I can remember. Okay, I have to move way further up. Oh, no, I don't. We don't typically see this type of weather till long into July. So, just gonna keep pulling. But so far, look here. So far, so good. Whoa. We got monster taters, y'all. Good deal.
Look how red those are.
Aren't those beautiful? This might be my favorite tater now, honey. Hey, James.
Yes?
Do you think other people have romantic dates digging, other couples digging potatoes? This is our favorite pastime, isn't it?
Well, it is a good one. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
We spend time together
Ooh.
Working, and we get food. You know how I love food.
Brownie taters. I have you setting on potatoes. So here's the deal, guys. I was thinking about this week. I always talk about my grandmothers and things, and I hope I don't make the ground move and then you move with it. We may have to readjust this. So, where am I? Okay. So, you know, I used to, I remember being a little girl. I'm going to talk to you while I work. And I remember sitting out on the porch with my great grandmother. And when I was that age, every afternoon, I would watch Little House on the Prairie. Like so many of y'all out there in my age category, we would, I always watched Little House on the Prairie and Bonanza in the afternoons, 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and then we'd have dinner or something. Sometimes we had supper prior to that, depending on what was going on when I was out there. But I remember sitting on the porch and talking to my great grandmother. And I remember telling her how much I wanted to live back in the 1800s. Now remember, this woman was born in 1901. And I remember her rocking, and she kind of chuckled. She said, "No, you wouldn't." I was like, "Say what?" And I remember looking over at her. Oh, I cut that one. Blast it. It's all right. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Patera, the work was so hard." She said, "Baby, the work was just so hard. You would not want to go back in time if you had the choice." And I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about how so many of us, you guys out there that are working hard like me, and are trying to just do everything that you can to continue. This is the thing that I think we're running into with a lot of people. Change is hard. You know, a lot of people, us, we've had it so good for so long. I mean, sure, there's been blips in the economy and things have happened, but overall, we have had it so good. And now that is truly threatened, in my opinion. You may have a different opinion. You're on the wrong channel. Hopefully, we'll encourage you to build some skill sets, but the point here is change is very hard for people, and that is the first thing that I think people that are in denial are having to struggle with, is accepting that change is here and that they are going to have to change. They're going to have to accept change. In order to preserve ourselves, the shift to self-reliance is bigger and on like Donkey Kong more than ever. And I think, you know, somebody was talking about the 5 stages of grief and all of these different things that we all are going through. And I think there's a lot to that right now. So here's the moral of the story, folks. Stop resisting the change. Listen to your gut. When you know you need to be doing something, do it. Otherwise, you risk rot. I would say out of this entire row, we're gonna have about an 80-20 harvest, which I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth, but the point is what I'm saying here is, I should have pulled these potatoes about a week ago. Now I didn't because it got so crazy hot. But we should have tried to, would that have made a difference? I don't know, because it's really strange because I can have really nice looking potatoes and right next to it is a rotten one and it's not the seed potato. But overall, I'm pleased. I will plant these again. But when you resist what you need to do, you're gonna end up losing more in the end. Okay, so in the next row over, I just pulled up, just real quick, some of our, the German butter, and they're not absolutely to completion, but they're definitely not rotting. So we're really doing well here. So we're gonna keep an eye on this and make some decisions this week. I may not wait much longer. May just go ahead and go for it. I mean, clearly you can still put this in pot roast. You can can these. You can do whatever you want to do. Is it the German butterball? Yeah, I believe so. This is the first time I've grown these this year, and I like them so far. I've had a few. And so you cannot wait. When your gut tells you that you should be out moving and shaking, whether it's in the garden, whether it's making decisions on your finances, whether it's paying off debt, whether it's packing that pantry full, whatever you need to be doing, you better follow your gut. Okay, so we only have about 10 feet left, so we're going to finish this row up and we'll make decisions going forward. But we just want to encourage you to continue to do what you're doing. Do not wait. Whatever you feel compelled that you need to be doing, don't let some trickery stop you, okay? I mean, clearly, when talking about making decisions in terms of trying to be self-sufficient, there's a lot of things that you need to think about right here. First of all, this is a wonderful row of potatoes overall, but it's not enough food to feed a family for a year. You need to be thinking about that. Everybody has misconceptions about that. So this is why I always tell you, grow food, learn how, do the best you can. But you better have backup resources. That is the fact. That's a bona fide fact. My family, a family of 4, could go through this. What are we going to get, about a bushel, you think? We're going to get a really nice bushel of potatoes today. Big, maybe a little bit more. But that's not enough to feed a family for 6 months to a year. It's not. So know that up front. Stick with your guidelines in terms of growing things, but that's never a guarantee. I've been known to pull potatoes early, which I'm about to this week over here, because I would rather have a little bit smaller, healthier potatoes than lose half of them to rot. You're going to have a better yield overall. You can't get greedy. And that's a hard concept for people to understand. It takes a lot of bad, hard lessons, hurtful lessons to realize that, you've got to start going with your gut. And like I said, we waited because it got really, really hot. I checked some of them. They were looking really, really good. I took that risk. There's going to be some point with everything going on, if it continues down the path that it is, that you're not going to have a chance anymore to have a plan B or C. And what do I mean by that? Well, clearly I've got potatoes, and I have a lot more potatoes to pull endlessly at this point, it feels like. But if they're all rotten, I still have potatoes at the Aldi, okay? I can go to Kroger. They might be more expensive, but at this point in the game, they're there. So always think about what lesson you're supposed to be learning, and by all means, do not wait. All right, we're going to finish this row. We're hoping that it does rain, but we just got to get some work done before that. You're always working against something, right? Stay busy. Thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you on the next video.